I'm here in the rehearsal hall of the Russian National Orchestra, the finest orchestra in Russia, one of the best orchestras in the world. It's not only an honor but a privilege to be here, and we're rehearsing one of my new compositions to go into the recording sessions at Mosfilm. Actually, they begin tomorrow, so this is the day of rehearsal with just the string quartet, and the rehearsals have been going incredibly well so far, and the spirit of the musicians is a delight to behold. As a composer, you spend your life preparing for experiences like this, and the longer you spend as a composer, you realize just how precious they are when they do come. This is the second recording experience with RNO, and now it's almost more like visiting old friends. Of course, Moscow is just a great city to visit and to ponder and explore, and I've had the chance now to go there for a few recording sessions, get used to the metro system and the streets, and find a few favorite restaurants. It's also a place of great history, and certainly I'm fascinated with all things related to the Cold War, and some of that's found its way into my music. Visited Red Square and sat there and thought about all the things that have transpired over the years. But it's also a place to think about the future as it adjusts to all of the changing openness, and as it desires to be a bigger participant in just business of the planet. But as a musician, it's fun to go to some place that music is still such a prized priority. The order of events for rehearsals leading to a recording session begin with the sight reading of the music. The orchestra has not seen the music before. The librarian has had it and put in bowings and checked for page number errors or missing measures, small details like that. But when the orchestra has to see it for the first time, they literally have to go through it from start to finish just to see, to acclimate themselves with the music as a whole. Certainly the orchestra knows the routine just as well as the recording staff, the engineers, the technicians, the tape operators. All of their setup is before the orchestra arrives. They check all the microphones, the mic placement, the mic lines, and the hardware, so that when they're in place, the image, the stereo image and the surround image can be captured, and the magic of the musicians can be offered and preserved without interference. Coming into the booth to hear the first take, to see what the sound is, and to see if we've hit the mark is kind of a important hurdle to cross. The engineers have worked for hours, and of course me as the composer, I'm hoping the sound I've been hearing in my head is actually going to be possible that day. So it's It's a very important checkpoint. From here, if everything's a go, then we get straight to work and make it happen. Okay. Measure 19. Measure 19. Same piece. Measure 19. Roman Dormadoshin, my associate producer, has been working with the score. He received it about a week before the sessions and has been going through the score looking for errors in the manuscript and also for things that don't necessarily blend with the Russian standard of manuscript and the American standard. And so he's been taking his red pen and looking for missing elements and has been an eagle's eye to helping the professionalism of the session move along well. Yo. Also with me is Zach Patton, a student at LaGrange College, who has been the research assistant with me since last summer as the 2 recordings of the Russian National Orchestra have been prepared. He has been critical in terms of his help in preparing the score from the music prep side, all the details of getting the score and parts together, and he is here experiencing this wonderful musical culture and historical culture, and it's been great to have him along too. Tatiana Vinitskaya is a senior engineer that I've worked with now several times, and she's very, very detail-oriented, which is a wonderful quality because in addition to working with all the control room issues, she is a great interface to work with the orchestra to keep them on task and to keep them from making noises that don't belong. The concert master and the other principal string players form the string quartet, which I put in front of the Russian National Orchestra for this particular work. And a lot of the rehearsal time for the string quartet is separate from the orchestra. And a good deal of it, I am actually trying to stay out of the way and certainly assist, but there's a lot of issues that the quartet has to tackle by themselves. And the concert master pretty much has to run those rehearsals so that they can be done efficiently. The string quartet tradition is full of wonderful literature, and if you write to that tradition, a lot of the gestures are understood by the musicians and don't really need explanation. In this case, it's just as fun to sit and watch as it would be to be conducting. The magic just continues.